work other than with some gospel music, and the type of diversity I've had during the mic check is really amazing. You guys are gonna love this. But before that, our social media handles don't change. Y254 channel on Twitter, Y254 TV on Instagram, and Y254 on Facebook. And our YouTube channel is very active, updated daily. If you missed any interview that you'd like to recapture again, just head to our YouTube channel, Y254 channel. And our SMS line and our WhatsApp line are below the screen right here. Yes, I like to do this. 22162 is our SMS line. 0700345457 our WhatsApp line. Send us an SMS and something special will come your way. 22162. Start your SMS with YM254, and don't forget to leave your name and where you're watching us from. So right about now, I'll give them a chance to introduce themselves, because I don't have the words. They're amazing. Starting with you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Barry. It's good to be on Y in the morning. My name is MSINDI Mutana, or John MSINDI. By profession, I'm a tour guide. So I am a singing tour guide.
A singing tour guide?
I'm a singing tour guide.
You must be a very good tour guide.
Yes.
Because I'd like to have a tour guide that's going to sing for us in between the trips.
Yeah, you are walking up the mountain and you are seeing the vegetation and you appreciate the vegetation and you start a song and the cry.
You've got inspired on tour sometimes.
Yeah. You go on tour, you see the animals, you see the God's wonderful creation. And you are like, wow, this is great, this is awesome. And a song comes and you start singing. You know, the Bible says, sing unto the Lord a new song.
He knows that. Yes.
My full names are Benjamin WEBI. I am a husband, a father, and then now a musician.
2 daughters to be specific.
2 daughters, 2 precious little girls. And then now a musician. In that order.
In that order.
In that order, yes.
All right. What about you?
Yeah, my name is Victor Ayanga, also known as RANTOmp4. Yeah, I'm a gospel artist, a songwriter, and also a video director.
Also a video director?
Yeah.
Do you direct your own videos?
I direct my own videos.
Do you go straight for other artists?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Can you disclose some names? Or is it's not part of the contract?
Disclosure.
You know, I've done videos for some few artists. Most of them are uprising. There's a guy called Moz, and there's a guy called Medi.
Where's Moz from?
Moz is from a place called Dandora.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's a hip hop artist as well.
He's a hip hop artist.
Dandora is the hip hop city.
Right
there. Hip hop city. Yeah, and among other guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. You guys are very diverse. You come from different musical backgrounds. I know that already, but I'm sure you'd like to know. So starting with you, how would you describe your music?
My music is kind of what we call in church the traditional kind of music, but actually is what I can call gospel benga. Gospel benga. So I sing. I have my first album is in what we call Gujarati, the one that is spoken in Mount Kenya. So I decided first of all to bless the people who understand my language, because I've been said that charity begins at home.
Yes, so you pick vernacular to speak to them directly.
Yes, speak to them directly, bless them first, you know, start in Jerusalem. And bless the people who understand your language. Then then later I will bring up Swahili, English later on.
All right. So I cleared school some time back, so I challenged myself to learn every day from this place and other places. So tell me some of the titles on your album so I can learn Gujarati. Yes.
Gujarati. But the first title is called Nego Kiradhi.
Nego Kiradhi.
Nego Kiradhi. Nego Kiradhi. It means I will arise and go. It is about the prodigal son. Remember the song of the prodigal son in the Bible, where he got his inheritance, then he goes with his inheritance, and he comes back to the father, and the father receives him back and forgives his sin, and he is accepted back to the family. So Nego Kiradhi means I will arise and go to my father. So that is one of the main titles in this album. So
funny, I learned about that story in Sunday school, but I used to look at my dad and would he really take me back if I did this? But no, it's a good story. It's an inspiring
it's a very powerful story. The other side of it is that many people, we always get accustomed to the son, and we miss the story of the father, because the story of the prodigal son is not about a son who was lost.
It's about what the father did.
It's about a father who lost a son. So, and we miss it all the time. And because of, I have been in evangelism, and most of the time that is what we give out. This guy was lost. He went and wasted his father's inheritance. But we miss out the objective of Christ in the lesson. There was a father who lost a son.
You're using a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
I feel like as I go on and on and on, let's give them a chance to speak. I'll be back to you. How would you describe your music?
I would describe myself as an artist, as a contemporary artist, a contemporary gospel artist, because gospel is my background. You know, we have your typical and your straight up definition of gospel music, which, for example, can be described by what comes to mind when you think of, say, Eunice Njeri,
yes, I'm a fan.
Kambua, you know, wonderful singers. Then there's guys like me who will say, I'm going to take the scripture and the text and then see how do I apply it in life. You know, if we're going to talk about relationships, if we're going to talk about money, if we're going to talk about parenting, since I'm in that space right now. So how does that, you know, how does my faith and how does the aspect of the spiritual life that I'm living apply in those things?
Do you have a background in literature?
Not really. Not really. I wouldn't.
Like telling the stories and
well,
making them your own.
I think this definition and this understanding has come from a lot of questioning and a lot of trying to refine what it is that makes me who I am, and why it is that I do my music, and what it is that I'm trying to say. Because I have to be clear on those things before I decide to try and, you know, impact a generation, as it were. If I'm not clear on that, then either I'm getting lost or I'm going to lose some folks, you know. So it's very clear it's very good to understand that, also because we're all different. Like, for example, we're all gospel artists on this panel right here, but we're all following a very different route, even though it's all under the same umbrella, you know, because we're all gifted differently, or we're all called differently. So
and
that
different people have different needs.
Absolutely.
So you might be speaking to a certain demographic, you might be speaking to a certain one,
Exactly.
and you might be speaking, but the goal is the same.
that's
All
it right
roads
there.
lead to the top.
Absolutely. So contemporary gospel music.
All right.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
What about you, my brother?
I do urban gospel music. Yeah, and mostly what I also mostly concentrate on, mostly it's hip hop and zouk.
Hip hop and
Yeah,
zouk.
but anything to do with rap, I can do that.
Anything to do with rap, you can do
Yeah,
that?
I can do that.
Amazing. Zouk is I've heard it from time to time, but I've never understood it. Can you break it down for me a little?
Yeah, zouk is a kind of music like mostly in Kenya nowadays. Most people who are in the gospel industry, the most music that goes around right now, it's zouk music.
It's zouk music.
Yeah.
All right. I'm the type of students who learn very well with examples, so you can give me a few artists who do zouk music.
So possibly maybe we can mention somebody like Eunice Njeri and somebody like Masika. Yeah.
Oh, that's zouk music.
Yeah, zouk music.
Alright, amazing. How many albums deep or singles?
At the moment, I have about 4 videos. I have 4 videos, and I'm currently working on an album. So it isn't yet complete.
A visual album.
A visual
An
album.
album with videos.
Videos, yeah.
That takes a lot of investment, right?
Of course, it takes a lot of investment, energy, and time. Yeah.
And where is the money gonna come from? Sorry,
that is
make money from this music business.
Yeah, yeah, I do. But I believe because of the huge investment, God is gonna provide. Yeah.
All right. And do you think it's right to commercialize gospel music?
Of course, it is. It is right to commercialize, because at the end of the day, you spend a lot on it, on music, and you won't spend on what won't earn you. Yeah. So we have to understand that it's business at the end of the day also. But we don't need to forget the primary calling. That is the calling to reach out to people, to reach out to souls, and to win more to Christ.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, you're very deep. It's very easy to underestimate you. All right,
Thank you.
but it's a thing. It happens a lot with hip hop artists. Even when you walk into boardrooms, they don't expect you to say something like they from the look with the hat, on street and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really deep and you understand your stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Back to you, my brother. You have 3 albums out.
I do. I have 3 albums. And
the
about 4
song
independent.
The reason we're here today is your 4th.
My newest single, which is called New Day, that's just very recently released. For people to actually see that, they can even visit my website, webimusic.com. That's on there. But if you're on YouTube right now, if someone's on YouTube right now, you can actually just search for WEBI, New Day. It's on there. Yeah, and it's basically a song that's I would describe as a pick-up anthem, a pick-me-up anthem. You know, for those days when you're discouraged and stuff isn't going the way you'd like it to go, you know, when it's just not adding up the way you'd anticipated it would, you're going to need a little bit of encouragement. You're going to need something to kind of fire up that spirit one more time, to believe, to have hope. You know, and it's all about that. It's all about hope. So it's
everybody needs hope.
Everybody needs hope, and there's not. You can never say that you've talked about hope too much. And even if you look at the world today, the world that we're living in, there's
it's like food.
And we need it more now than ever. You know, you look at what's happening in Kenya. Same thing. Different parts of Kenya experiencing different kinds of challenges. People do need hope.
Have you had a chance to travel to different parts of Kenya?
Yes, not in the very recent past, but I have had a chance to travel around Kenya. Yes, yeah, different challenges. And the one thing that brings people together is that the aspect of being able to put out hope, to believe that tomorrow will be better.
What inspired this song? Did you fall down?
Exactly that, yes. And I was going to say I fell down, but now that would have just been a fall down on its own. But yes, I have fallen down. I'm with you, man, I'm with you.
All right.
But yes, I've experienced many circumstances where, you know, I've been discouraged. You know, in the journey of music, and this is something I'm sure we're going to talk about, you know, there are days when you put out your music, but it doesn't, you know, have the kind of impact or the kind of return or response that you're expecting. And we're humans at the end of the day. If we're doing something, if you're applying yourself in a specific way and it doesn't work out the way you hoped it would, chances are you're going to feel let down. Chances are, you know, you tried for a job somewhere out there, you never got hired, you know.
You're talking my language, man.
You know, chances are you lost some money. You know, chances are some stuff just really didn't work out. You failed miserably and it feels like the end of the world. This is what inspired this song.
There's always hope.
There's always hope, and there's always a chance. There's always, if you're still here, there's hope for you.
So glad you got inspired.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And we're gonna get inspired by it.
Absolutely.
All right. Your latest song, the reason we're here today, your latest visual. Tell me about it. Starting with the title, teach me how to pronounce it.
So I go back to the song of the prodigal son. I call it the song of the prodigal son. So
remind me again the title.
Nego Keradi.
Nego Keradi.
Hey, say that right, Mato.
Nego
Keradi.
Nego Keradi.
Nego Keradi.
There you go.
Korea wade mwire nihitetie igoro na thi na ndiagereire gwitwo mwana waku ringi. So you rise and go to my father, tell him I have sinned, I have not worthy to be called your son anymore. So the video is out, it's on YouTube on my channel. John MSINDI, Facebook, MSINDI Victor. You can get my links to my YouTube channel. I finished.
So glad you plugged in your YouTube channel and social media handles.
Yes.
Your camera is number 4. Just give them up so they can interact with you after this.
Yes, my YouTube channel, John MSINDI. Facebook, MSINDI Victor. You get my links to my music. I have 4 videos on YouTube. You can watch them. They are wonderful. They are amazing. They are the hottest, the latest gospel releases.
All right.
Just out of the kitchen last week.
You got to believe in your
What
product.
if they want you to take us on tour? What if they want you to take them on tour? How can they find their way?
Sorry?
If they need your tour services.
Twitter. On Twitter, I'm P MSINDI. Yeah, you can get me at my Twitter handle at @pmusindi.
They can interact with you.
You can interact with me on Twitter at @pmusindi, on Facebook at Mushidi Victor, and you can get my links. You can talk to me. You can talk to me about my music. You can, if you want, you need a copy, you can talk to me, and we'll communicate.
Amazing.
Yeah.
While I was singing, you're a musician. You can help me on this. There's something that triggered another thing about Kikuyu folk songs. Kiku Zarati.
Yeah, Gujarati.
Gotta get it right, man.
There's something they do with the melodies. They tailor it some type of way. What is it called? Runs or something? Makes it really unique.
Yeah, there are many descriptions. You know, runs is one way of putting it because that kind of hinged a lot on R&B music, but it's not R&B what he's saying. It's just the way he uses his voice.
Yes,
it's runs or ad libs or just vocal modulations. You know,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
it
very
really
unique.
unique.
Yeah.
Yes. Back to you, my brother.
Yeah.
Social media, YouTube, what channel?
Yeah.
Everything.
I made it absolutely easy. Where's my camera? Do I have a camera to look at? Is that the one? Okay. For me, it's very easy. Just log on to webimusic.com. www.webimusic.com. WEBIMUSIC. Everything is in one place. My Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube, my email. You can even get in touch with me. There's a number on there for my office. You can call me, you can text me, and it'll be easy. My videos are on there. I'm a businessman. Yeah.
People want that guitar to be put to work, but we are gonna be doing that. Relax, relax, be patient.
No worries.
Good things take time. All right. So, my brother, your social media handles so we can enjoy some music as we head to the weekend.
On social media, you can get me on Facebook, Wairanto the Minister, on Twitter at Wairanto, on Instagram at Wairanto, on YouTube, Wairanto Victor.
Wairanto. Can you spell Wairanto for us?
Wairanto is Y-RANTO.
I would have missed it.
Oh, yo. That's so unique right there.
Yes, All right, thank you very much, guys, for coming through. I appreciate you. Whenever you have new material, just bring it to Y254. It's our duty to share it with the world.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for the moment of truth.
Moment of truth? Shall we plug in the new song, or you want me to go a little bit further back?
A little bit, something for Valentine.
Okay.
The new song.
All right, I'm inspired by relationships at work, so this song is called Pamoja Milele. A fantastic plug for Valentine, yeah? Ninavyokuangalia wapendeza, waufanya moyo wangu udunde. Sijawahi kuyahisi haya yote, umenipa mapenzi teletele, tumehusiana kwa muda mfupi, sikudhani nitakutana nawe, kila siku pambazuko la mapenzi, wewe malkia mimi mfalme, ni wewe kipenzi cha maisha, kilele cha raha sitafika, Cinderella aliyopita, nataka tuwe pamoja milele. In my language, kwa loli mlungu wanilasemia, wanineka mdu mchone kunde, ngelo inafanyira chacha, kwa kose aga wanibonyera, niwe kipenzi cha maisha, kilele cha raha sitafika, Sindwele aliyopita, nataka tuwe pamoja milele, nataka tuwe pamoja milele. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Excuse me. Wow. Plug the latest one?
The latest one.
The latest one. This one is called New Day. This one is all about hope. Yeah. Leo ni leo na jana ni jana, kilicho kilichokosekana kitapatikana, giza lituondoke, tukapepe, tukapepe. Excuse me. Kumekucha, amka kijana, weka jembe kwenye alipanda panda, jasho likutete, ukapepe. So it's a new day, a new day, ninayotarajia yanifike. It's a new day, a new day, ninayotarajia yanifike. New day.
Wow.
Yeah. Voice trying to let me down over there, but it's a new day. We're trying to stay encouraged. You know what it is.
Oh, man. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Y in the Morning crew, the fans, and the technical team, I'd like to say happy weekend. Be safe. Take care of yourself. God first.
Beautiful.